the scene? What are the scars you see behind the smiling faces on your screen? What is the story? What lies beneath the African music? I am Cheche Smith.
And I am Lachlan Audu.
We are Culture Sonic,
capturing the essence of African music.
Hi guys, so welcome to another interesting episode on Culture Sonic. And of course, here it is musically speaking. We talk everything, every single thing you want to know about the African music. And today, the name is Cheche Smith. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lachlan Audu, and welcome to Culture Sonic. Let's just go straight.
Why
to
do you
it.
want to run into the topic?
Because we have to. Like Zadi is sitting here, and I'm sure is burning.
So before you introduce him, guys, today we're looking at the price of fame. What does it really cost these days to be able to break out an artist? A lot. Let's go. But let's have our guest first.
Yeah. So we have Zadi. Zadi is a new age digital promoter. He all the new kids now, all the new artists now. Now Zadi, they break them out. So we have.
It feels so sweet to call him on the phone.
Hello, Zadi.
you know when he came in, just said Cheche Smith. I want to say hi, Zadi.
Oh, exactly. and the name is not complete. It's actually Zadi of Echo.
Yes. I'm wondering the echo when he's breaking people worldwide.
We have to change that name. We have to change that name.
To be frank, you're not lying.
I'm telling
Zadi worldwide.
I'm telling you, Global Zadi.
Or Zadi Global. Yes.
Hi, Zadi. Nice to have you here.
Nice to be here. I hope I'm loud enough. Nice to be here.
Yeah.
Nice to be invited here for this. Hi, everybody. I'm Zadi Eko, and I'm a music executive invited by Lachlan
And Cheche
and
Smith
Cheche Smith
on Culture Sonic Podcast.
on Culture Sonic Podcast.
Thank you.
So Zadi, I understand this conversation. We can go on and on about it, right? You know, in today's hyper digital content heavy landscape. I don't even know how to explain it. You know, breaking an artist out is not just about you having a hit song. It's not just about you having a good sound or having like a viral moment. There's a lot of things you have to calculate. People need to know, I'm going into music. I want to do this. How do I do it right? What do I do? What do I even do right? Before we talk about the how. There's a lot around this conversation. So I don't know. You are here now.
Okay. So, first off, before we go too deep here, I want us to understand first of the basis of entertainment.
Okay.
Right?
Somebody give me my jota. After this episode, if I don't enter music,
Like,
Don't worry. Calm down. We are going to tell you why you shouldn't.
so here's the thing, right? Entertainment is, in layman's terms, and try to make people just catch cruise now. I just life, they don't talk already, just get entertained. So breaking out an artist in this present day and time has its group of challenges, but primarily it's the fact that most artists do not realize they are entertainers. They think they are just singers or musicians or song droppers. If there's a right, that's why you see somebody saying something like content is not my thing. I'm not really an online person.
really, they say that in this time and age.
Spend a week in my life.
Okay.
So, you know, it's a whole lot, right? Trying to be a proper entertainer, because unlike in the early 2000s when I was still in diapers, yes, let me
Gen
lie
Z.
about my age.
Gen Z
I'm very
Zadi.
Gen Z. So even in the early 2000s, right? You see, artists back then, that's when you say there was some form of cabal or something, right? Because, you know, to get on TV, to get on radio was some other ball game. But today, thankfully, a lot of those barriers that we believe were there are no longer major. Because I can run a full campaign without thinking of TV or radio.
For real.
Yes. You can run a full digital campaign without thinking of terrestrial.
Without thinking of Cheche, I work on the radio station.
To be frank,
You don't think about cloud.
To be frank, the thing is, I can think about Cheche not because you work here, but because you're a brand. Do Do you get? So if I want to tap into that energy, I include church in my plan. But you see, because of the mindset of that early 2000s of anything you want to do, any small thing you pay. We have come to a time where now people are forgetting they are entertainers, and you're meant to think full circle how people can get entertained with my brand. So apart from if I'm singing, this singing, am I only, as you know, the conversation we're having about streaming and stuff, right? This singing, how am I making money off singing? Am I just streaming? Am I performing live? Am I making interesting content online? If you want to go into content, there's a whole ball game of people not taking content seriously and thinking it's something for influencers to do. Right?
Wow.
Yeah, I've had quite a career. And at some point I was managing about 20 influencers.
20.
Yeah, I started out in the music industry. I was a banker for like half a decade, right? And then came into the music industry. And as the time I got in, I was managing influencers. Now you see, managing influencers more or less kind of like you're creating them, because you have to, the way back then they used to program segments on TV, you have to program influencers content. Like, okay, you're going to be doing a segment, Instagram live every Thursday, every this. You're going to be doing car drive interviews. You're going to be eating cereal and interviewing somebody, whatever it is, but you have to program this thing. Now, the influencer is not an influencer because he was born an influencer.
Okay.
You become an influencer because we have seen so much of you online that we're now accustomed to you. Similar to how, yes, these are the names I would be comfortable mentioning. Similar to how Inedo, Genevieve, them back then. They're beautiful actresses, no doubt. But a major reason we know them is because they were the ones we were seeing.
Fact.
A lot. There were also people like Rita Nzeribe, right? That didn't get maybe as much screen time but she also had her thing, right? It doesn't mean they were the best actors or actresses that time. They were just the ones we saw. So if an influencer is using the same strategy to create mileage on their page, because on TikTok, on Instagram, you see the content before you realize how much interaction it has. So if I'm flooding the timeline, then I'm promoting myself. But people don't think that way. So people would rather pay someone else to get it done. So that's why it looks like the cost of breaking out an artist these days is a whole lot. Not necessarily because the money too much, but people are not ready to do that extra
Really
work.
Okay.
But realistically, how much does it really cost?
Ah.
Can you like put some numbers to something? I need to really know. Like, just give us something to look up to.
It depends.
Okay.
It depends. It depends on, first of all, what you're trying to do.
Okay.
I know I've worked on projects that had, let me say, £200,000 as the project. I know an artist that has spent over $40,000, was it pounds, on one video. Do you understand?
On one video.
On one video. And I know another artist that the amount of money they paid me for consultation was more than marketing budget. And the person is gone. The person is blown. Do you understand? And that's because the person imbibed and understood the principle of being an entertainer. It's not just dropping music. You will drop music, you will do ad, you will pay influencer, you will pay. When it's time to drop the next one, you're going to do the whole thing
Again.
That's very time consuming. It's so expensive. IG influencers, Jesus Christ. You can have some charging you as much as 2 million per content, 4 million per content. You even have some that you pay and you'll be chasing them everywhere for them to post the content. It's marketing.
But what you're talking about now, is it like, I want you to like differentiate between the indie artist and the label kind of backed full artist.
Okay, so
yes,
mentally,
I love that you had to think about it.
mentally, to me, the only difference between artists is not whether you're signed or indie.
Okay.
Now your budget. Right? Now your budget. Signed or indie, to me, only comes into play when it's time to share money. Or it's time to take some artistic direction and now realize who is calling the shots. Is it the artist or is it the team? You understand? Of course, they have differences in their spending.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean labels spend more than some, because there are some Odogus that are indie. I mean, I think Skibby is indie, for example, and he's pushing his thing himself. You get? So there's a difference. The main key in pushing is, yes, the money has a factor, but the work. There's an Igbo adage my popsy used to say. I can't say it in Igbo because my Igbo is shit. But there's an Igbo adage used to say that if it's time to contribute for an errand and you can't contribute, then you're the one that will go on the errand. Right. And what that means is just, if you can't pay those influencers,
You have to be the influencer yourself.
bam. Right? Because imagine an artist that builds a page, builds a brand, like Cheche now, for example. You build your brand to the point whereby you don't just have 50 or 100,000 followers. You have 50 or 100 active followers where you post,
That jump
they
on,
interact.
interact,
They
yes.
don't just interact, they're
Yeah.
posting, they're reposting, do you understand? One game matter, sorry. You get, but how many artists can create that? That's why you see there are very few that have fan base.
Very
There's
few,
some
actually.
that pop, there's some that trend. Lots of artists don't blow anymore in the sense of it. Because what is blowing? A lot trend, then they decide they need to be more expensive than everybody. Then they decide they need to be scarce. And then they fall off.
To add to their value. We'll come to that.
So I was going to
Wow.
ask,
We'll come to that.
in a normal marketing campaign for an artist, where does the most money go into? So if you were to do a campaign for an artist, where would you channel in most of your money?
Me?
Or most of the budgeted monies?
Me?
Like, yes.
Every answer with me is always going to be depends.
Okay.
Because an artist that is active on Twitter, that is already getting some, I'm going to put money there. It might not be most of the money because the unit cost of promotion across different platforms is different.
Yeah.
If I want to go and meet churches people now with budgets, I'll have to sell my car. Right?
Not really, but you can speak to me. I'm a
You're right,
manager.
guy.
Right? Them radio people and things. But I think there's something called inside radio.
I know where you're going to.
You know, so everything has its
No, you have
own-
to explain what you mean by inside radio. 'Cause
So
there are
inside
people
radio
listening.
is,
It's a different kind of segment thing.
yeah, it's a music marketing platform, more or less,
Okay.
right? That we experience in different shopping outlets.
Okay.
So when this question you ask now, where is the most expensive? If you're talking unit wise, I would say it's radio.
Radio.
Radio is, especially radio in Lagos, Southwest or Lagos in particular. It's quite the amount of money you spend on like 2 radio stations in Lagos can give you, if not all the stations in the East. So it's, I'll say it's churches people.
Okay. So I'm going to
Come reach out, please.
I'm going to ask a following question. So we've had guests on this show,
Okay.
and most of them, their opinions have been that TikTok is a bubble. One expressly stated that TikTok does not, in fact, translate to actual money. What's your take on that? Do you believe, or are you of the same school of thought that TikTok is a bubble?
I don't think TikTok is a bubble. I think bubble is a wrong word.
Okay.
Times are changing. Times are changing, and if you want to break it down to the skeletal form of all this media, you understand TikTok, Instagram, every social media that now shows you videos, right, is literally just replacing the TV. So it's like asking what is the value you're getting from TV. Somebody that does adverts on TV or someone that puts his music on TV. The people that are awake and watching that station at that moment your music is played are the people that would see it and decide if they want to interact or not.
Okay.
You get? But if you put your stuff on TV and nobody wants to F with it, that's not the TV's problem. So it's the same way with TikTok. TikTok, you have 1,000,001 people all over the world, right, trying to consume content. Now, it depends on how you're using TikTok. If you're using TikTok and you're expecting it to immediately translate to streams as people are using your content, then you have a problem with your customer journey. Because if I see a video that I like, I see content I like on TikTok, what normally comes to your head is not the sound playing, it's what you're watching. Then, if the sound also catches you from that one video, then you know the sound is one of all this one listen, I'm in love type of things. But if the song is not like that, then that's why you see people promote with familiarity. The more videos you see with that sound, it gets stuck in your head. It's not about whether you like it or not. It just gets stuck in your head. So looking at TikTok, you have to understand that TikTok is for getting people to first experience the sound. If you're saying it's a bubble, what is left to you to decide what you're going to do with that attention that you're getting from TikTok, if you're getting attention. But then I understand people calling it a bubble because some people are doing too much. Some people are doing too much. Some people's TikTok budgets are in tens of millions, right? There are even some TikTok sounds that you see 500 and something thousand videos on it, and none of us know what song that is.
Or who the artist
or
is.
who the artist is. So that's the thing. When you know what you're using TikTok for, all these types of things nobody come up.
Guys, this particular episode, we're talking about the price of fame. This episode is looking at the behind the scenes, the actual cost. And I love how we're going. And also the strategy, the marketing and the PR team, you know, the experts, the Zadi them, they put on ground. But Zadi, let me look at something quite, it's close. How much role do this PR and marketing team, how much role do they play in shaping the whole artist kind of, you know, environment, or what the artist does, or how much the artist
Do you mean like
shows off?
one artist or
Yes,
the industry
a
generally?
particular artist, the
Okay.
personality of the artist, the voice of the artist. How much role do this PR and marketing guys play?
So it again,
It depends, right?
bam. I was about to say Locklin, guess what I was going to say, right? It depends. Because in some teams, the PR guy, you're included from the recording of the music.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes they include you from the very start. In fact, you see some labels that will call you from, we're about to sign this guy. Come check him. And then from there, you're working with sound, developing the brand, developing.
We're about to sign this guy, so
Social-
you're already on board.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Social media, networking, calling Locklin and Cheche that how far you get one artist that won't rule out. Yeah. But then there are some that bring you when the song's already out.
Yeah.
So they bring. Let's be practical now. I called Zadi on the phone. Zadi, this song is out already. What do we do from here? So pick it up from there.
So usually
You work with what you have.
like like cause here's the issue. Yeah, of course, timing is very particular in a lot of things. Right? But when the song is out,
Yes.
I don't even know, like, okay, have you shot any content? Like, what are you doing towards this music? Like, what is your have you spent any money yet? Do you still have any money remaining? Like, what I need to know, like, a back history up to the point you've brought me. Then I now know, okay, this is the next step. So if you have a budget, okay, fair enough. You first pay me for calling me.
First things first.
Yeah.
Pay Zadi for calling him.
Oh, yes, now we have
Then
to pay
next.
rent now. Then next,
Yes.
we now do like a view on you as is. You as you did. So now, who are you? Are you blown? Are you unblown? Are you bottom barrel? Do we need to clean you up a bit? Even the song you've released, can I work with that song?
Yeah.
Or do we need to create something new?
Yeah, or do I need to carry it and give one DJ to do like a soca mix of it, and that's why I promote
Yeah.
and try to push it towards your brand? You know, there's a million and one ways to work this thing, but bringing in the marketer when the song is already out is not the best practice
not the best.
at all.
Okay. This will bring me to my next question. What is one mistake that up and coming artists make a lot when it comes to PRO, marketing and positioning?
They focus a lot more on how the PR looks as opposed to how your promotion works.
So appearance over effect.
So they're
Okay.
looking at,
The personality.
it's not even that. Let's assume two of you are influencers, right? you're not all that tush. But
That's not true.
no, I mean hypothetically now.
No, but we have to object
No, luckily
something.
you're like embodiment of sophistication.
Thank
there is
you.
no,
Thank you so
there's no
much.
argument in that.
With a dash of trouble.
But just for hypothetical
I
pieces,
get
right? Let's assume you're not too butty, but you have some traction on your page. You have all the aesthetics. Oh my God, beautiful pictures, beautiful videos, but you're not really moving the needle. Now, an artist would rather use her than use you, and that is a problem. You would even see content you want to shoot, and the content, the artist is not looking at the customer journey when they're experiencing that content. They are looking at the process of creating that content, and they'll just say no. Because either they think, this will be cringe now. Oh my God, this summer now. Why they go see me for this or the kwagima? Do you understand?
I like that part.
Right? So that is a major issue. Because you bring up so many suggestions, so many things. There are a million ways to Ile-Ife, right? So
Yes.
if you're telling somebody, well, let's do this, let's do that, they just keep giving you, that's not really my energy.
That's
not my vibe.
It's not my vibe. like in my head, I'm like, this is
What
a
is
business.
your own vibe?
We didn't come together to work on your vibe. We came here to make money. Oh.
Fact, though.
Yeah, we came here to push out this record.
on.
So I'm not. Keep your emotions to yourself.
Fact.
Keep all that to one side. Keep what your guys. Hey God, you want to see that your guys. Your guys. Which camera? That one or quiet?
Awkward this one.
Your guys need to shut the hell up.
Fact.
You heard.
They spoil work for so many. You can sit down and you're planning a 2-month rollout. And you're 2 weeks into that 2-month rollout. And then this artist guy, why are they doing like that now? I know see as Rema doing you.
No, it's not.
Rema has what,
You
6
get-
years? Rema has 6 years behind him.
Do you have Rema's budget?
Do you have?
You get
do you have
Rema
Rema
budget.
sound?
You have the sound.
Do you have the sound?
Disruptive sound. You
There's
have
so
it.
Do you have
many
the brand?
factors. And then even apart from that, are you and Rema working towards the same thing?
Goal. Yeah.
Are you? But we will sit down here over 1 hour, decide we need to do a marketing plan. I will go and sit down with my team over like the course of 1 week, designing plan for you. And then you now come and tell me, my guy, who is your
My
guy?
guy said-
Who is your guy? What does he do? Like, does he understand?
Nothing though. You know they do anything.
Just come and post on. So please, guys, shut up. Secondly, yeah. Secondly, there are some artists that are blown and have no idea why they are blown. There's so many. And the younger ones will go and meet them for advice. Now, these guys do not know that they don't know why they are blown. So they think it's the beans they ate this morning or the fufu they dropped in the gutter last night that made them blow. And they will give that same advice.
Too.
Please, Daddy, when are you taking interns? I mean, new interns. This is a long journey. But let me ask you, Zadi. Now, moving on, yeah. Do you ever advise clients not to chase fame so quickly? If you do that, I want to know why. And if you don't, why also?
Fame is a very hard thing to remove from the line of work. Because you're an entertainer. Do you understand? The whole premise is built on people being familiar with you. Right? But I understand what you're saying in the sense that similar to what I said, yeah, they put appearance over the oomph of what we're trying to do. So on this fame thing, I would say the fame is going to come.
Okay.
But don't search it out. Do you get? It's going to come. If you're doing the work, if you're entertaining people would know you. This Two Glasses guy, I don't know if you've seen his content. I don't know if you know Two Glasses.
The double glasses.
No, so there's a guy called Two Glasses who does content online, and
Oh no, I've not seen.
I don't know, and I don't believe this guy has any proper budget.
Okay.
But because of the rate he has been pushing out content and the kind of content he's been pushing out for like the past 2 weeks, I don't think there's a day I've scrolled on Twitter and I've not seen someone repost his content.
Oh my God.
Do you understand? That type of thing now, without whether intentional or not, whether he's looking to do big boy outside, I know what he looks like. If I see him in a supermarket, I would snap him and put on my story. So this guy get money. Do you understand? Because he's always doing broke stuff. So the fame would come. It's like all this Apple Music top 10. It's like trending table. These things are add-ons on your journey. But it's not the end goal.
And it's not for you to just chase them.
Do you get
they'll
the
come.
main thing is, are you paying your rent?
This rent this is like the fourth time.
See, I'm so particular about this rent because you will be shocked how broke
a
and
lot of
unserious,
artists are.
irresponsible
Responsible.
Nigerian artists can be. I know the country is hard. The country is tough. Shout out to T-Pain, right? The country tough, but you need to focus. Make the main thing about the main thing. Because if you're looking for trend every time, you're looking to be famous all of a sudden, that trend will come quick. But while you're chasing the trend, again, have you paid your rent?
Yeah.
Have
Your
you
basic
paid
things, your
the
basic
basic
needs.
your
things.
rent? Summed up inside, have you paid your rent?
Yeah, so being profitable is. I did a video on Instagram some while back. Main thing labels are looking for now, why it seems like labels are going after trendy artists,
Yeah.
it's because you want to be sure that 100 million I'm putting inside you would come back out.
Yes.
So at the moment an artist is trending, you have all the eyes on you right now. You're that billboard, right? Everybody has their eyes on you.
Yeah.
So ideally, whatever I put in front of the billboard will get a lot of impressions.
Yeah.
And even if you're using law of 1% of people will buy into it.
Yeah.
That's why it's as if we go for trending. But even at that trending, are they paying their rent?
This rent is very important.
I know plenty. I know one guy that trends like every 3 months. That's the name I'll not mention.
But the fact that he's not even
Wow.
able, he's not been able to translate such trends into money is a concern.
It is.
And a lot of artists need to learn from these things, that you need to think of how to commercialize. It's
that
very
their
important.
Is that actually their work, or they need a team to be able to think this for them?
They'll be the ones to pick their team now.
you have
Do
to
they even know the team to pick?
you have to attract the team either with money or with value.
Or with
Yes.
value?
I have artists that I'm working with that have not paid me a dime. Right, but there's
Hope you have your argument with them, because let the story of
Madam Agreement.
wait, it's important because it will bring me to my next
Yeah,
question.
yeah, sure.
Let the story of Fido not be your case, because Fido blew and then he's insinuating that his team did not blow him. Abi, am I wrong? That's what he tweeted.
You see this Fido own? They had didn't they have contracts? People don't have contracts, me, because the guys.
So Zadi is asking not
Yeah, because the guys around Fido are my guys. So I know that they.
Zadi, tell us what you know.
So I know they had contracts.
Okay.
Right. I don't try to poke my nose into
YouTube, yeah,
no concern
obviously.
my papa.
Yeah.
Right. But I know they had contracts. Now, I think that day somebody just sent the tweets to my phone as per like, don't be your guy.
Guys,
That's even how. Don't be your guys run this guy P.
So that's how you go.
That's how I got to find out what is going on. And my friend self, I don't know if I should mention him. My friend self just doesn't want wahala. It's like, we'll carry
So
your,
you know one talk.
carry your wahala. In talk, I mean, truly brouhaha, in talk, but
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
I guess.
Because how much is your Nigerian streams, as Burna Boy said?
Exactly, $400 to 1 million streams. We need to let them know.
Lucky I've been singing this since morning.
No, but it's a fact. That's why Zadi is here, and that's the conversation we're having. Artists need to start seeing themselves as a product, as a brand that is that they can exploit.
Export.
Export, yeah.
Yes, export to other countries, because music is universal.
It's global,
Music
yeah.
is not just for Nigerian consumption.
At all.
So when you're doing your TikTok and your Instagram and your target is still within Nigeria, like whatever you're doing, your contents are for the Nigerian based audience. Remember that 1 million streams is $400.
Hey.
Meanwhile,
Do you know, even at that, yeah? I heard that thing I wanted to say. Now, you see, this streaming thing we said,
Yes.
Burna has given us insights. For people that don't understand, but I don't know what day this podcast is going to come out, but this morning, or was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
It was
yeah.
this
It was
morning.
yesterday.
Very, very early.
This
So
morning.
Oluwaboyna posted on his IG story, right? He put like 1 million streams in different continents.
was too.
And he let you know the Nigerian own 1 million streams just like $300 to $400. Hi.
So sad.
Right?
I
And
cried.
then the UK own is like 3,000, 3,000, 3,000 you get. Now, being that we know this, Nigerians were smart. And Indika, I don't want to call, the
Indika
country.
what? Indika what?
Indika Israelites that, were always migrating, looking for greener pastures. But you see, the problem now is that is just one direction.
Okay.
You get deciding to export. It's fine. It's beautiful. But you see, the dangers in exporting
Okay.
is so monumental. Because first off, who you sabi?
Where you're going to?
No matter how we want to form, there are no barriers to entry because of how digitalized the world is.
Yeah.
Yeah. This podcast won't happen if you're not my guy.
So Zadi, I want to know. I don't want
Do you
you to leave
understand?
that who you sabi.
We have access.
Who you sabi, what area? Who you sabi as per you personally or your team, or what are we talking about? Please
So
break
it's a
that.
combination because you see, who you sabi means also who sabi you.
Okay.
If you're doing your thing well in Nigeria, people are always looking for opportunities to put their money. So if you're doing your thing well in Nigeria, and this is not hypothetical, every artist I have rolled out has been sought after by international labels every single time.
Wow.
When we roll them out like full on, I don't mean all this Zadi help me do Twitter. Zadi help me do when we roll you out properly, right? These guys come. It's business as usual. Right. In fact, before the rollout is done, beginning of rollout, there are people that you see all these A&Rs, they're always, Bizu is always swiping, looking for artists. You get, so they will come. But until they spot you, then you're going to have to be applying, in quotes. Because then you have to, the same way upcoming artists in Nigeria, go on they submit radio, go on they try lobby to enter party to meet people. But if like someone like Radio Chef now, Radio Sonny, Sabi you now, when she goes to New York, she can call somebody and say, how far I have this artist.
Yeah.
One event is happening, fall in. Do you get? That's the case of who sabi you, who you sabi.
You sabi. I wanted
But
you to
if you're
break
not
it,
there, all you can do is your ads. Or you start paying
Wow.
those international blogs. I mean, it's the same media. It's the same media. Whether Nigeria, US, it's the same media pushing out content. So if you're trying to do international, your budget better be heavy. Because one state in US to cover just Cincinnati in Ohio is a whole lot of work. Not talk of now you're not trying to cover the whole Ohio or the whole US or so sometimes, I mean, of course, so it depends. So it always depends. But sometimes get your foundation strong. Yeah, get that foundation strong. The people outside only come not because they want to help you build a fan base. They come because of your fan base.
And Zadi just the boss person.
Yes,
God,
now.
this is a school.
Yes, now.
I want to let's dive into your personal experience. I know you've been saying everything you've been saying is personal. I want to know about from your own view on from some of the jobs you've done with people. I want to know about any personal mistake you've seen rising artists or their PR team make when they are trying to go viral. When they are trying to go viral with their artist.
I think you can name names and then we just talk about the situations. Like, because you're talking about different artists.
Yes.
So.
From your own personal experience.
So in my personal experience,
Yes.
as I've said, number one issue is appearance over substance. Right. But that's apart. I mean,
The heave.
there's
You know what I can say? There's a lot to say, but you have to.
yeah, you just have to gauge properly to to know what you're about to say. Okay, so a mistake you see them making while trying to trend is I'll need to explain some. They forget to include chaos in their plan.
Words and marble.
In the sense that chaos is the independent factors that you have zero control over. The part of the customer journey that you can only hope to see. Right? I can be scrolling and I see your content.
Okay.
I see your ad. And I really like it. But at that moment, my baby is crying. I'm going to drop my phone and go and face my baby. When I come back, I'm not going to see that content again.
It's gone.
Do you get? But people don't factor in the fact that things like that happen. So when you're trying to do trend, they would not take the side that, people might actually enjoy. They tend to look for the side they want to push. And that is how they try to trend. So for a song now that is like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, they will take the part that they'll probably take one lyric or one part that there's one line or two lines that they feel this should hit now. It's supposed enter. And that's what they want to use to trend. But there's a lot of factors even in that wanting to trend. Because why are you sure that is I don't know about you, but lots of people around me listening to music, lyrics is not always the first thing. No. I know this is an age-long argument, but it's always about the rhythm, the melody.
The melody.
The vibe.
The melody
You
for
get
me any day.
the rhythm, the melody, the vibe. Some people, like people that listen to rap, I know those guys. I don't even understand. I listen to rap music and I don't understand what they're saying most of the time, right? Because I have someone that works with me that kind of translates rap music to me.
Now, even when it's in English.
My nigga.
Zadi!
To be frank, I feel like I even understand Igbo rap songs.
Jeez, you understand Fino and
I'm telling you, because
Iko.
I can listen to Fino. What's this boy's name? Jerry.
Zorro.
Zorro, ba
Zorro.
Wadum. Do you understand? And make me understand if I'm my guy. Sorry, I'll understand what you're saying.
That's what he's saying.
Right?
Yeah.
But trying to choose your trend, you need to include your chaos theory. You need to
Chaos theory.
account for the fact that this one content we're shooting might not be the one content that would go. We need to make sure there's 30. We need to make sure if we're posting this one today, how many other places can we put it? Because impressions is very important. You being able to catch it first. But you never even sabi how to go out and get things. And at the start of your campaign, you're already reducing your target audience. You're already trying to guess the type of target audience, which is nice. It's good to have a target audience you want to get at, but that comes more streamlined when you have historical data. You understand? When you have historical data, then it makes sense to now try to streamline to people that are already vibing with me as I did like this. But if you don't have that and you don't have a lot of money, then I won't advise you to do that. So trying to trend, just put yourself out there. Because if you try to over strategize or overthink about that trend you want to do and you don't have money to make
To
sure,
back it up.
come on.
So when you mentioned chaos, honestly, what came to my mind was Burna Boy and Sophia's drama. I don't know if Burna Boy actually dropped that song, but he also kind of like brings to mind that a lot of artists like to spin stories before their music drops. Like either there's a chaos about them or one thing or the other. Do you think that is important? One, do you think up and coming artists should look forward to stuff like that? Do you think it also has detriments?
What's that saying? They say bad PR, all PR.
They say all PR, good PR, yeah.
Yeah.
So is this also around storytelling?
Thereabout, yeah.
So here's the thing. Also, please, this is by the way, please, when you look at PR campaigns, right? This is to end users, those guys that always advising artists.
They are guys.
Maybe all this thing in Kenta. Those guys always
is such a
advising
clown.
artists. I need you to understand that what you're seeing during a campaign is like an iceberg. 70% is still underwater. All you're seeing is 30. So now, when you're talking about this chaos thing, what you're talking about is like scandals.
Scandals,
Yeah. It always looks like, oh, they plan this thing. Meanwhile, sometimes they might just be taking advantage of a situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just chaos.
Wow.
Sometimes it's just chaos. Because I've been in situations whereby all those 2 a.m. phone calls, Zadi, don't sup, I beg. Plus, I mean, I've seen situations where things go wrong and then they call me up. I have to get my Twitter guys to either quiet a narrative on Twitter or divert or increase the sound.
Raise on.
But that narrative guys day first. And you can decide to orchestrate your scandal. It's fine. To the detriment of the scandal is now a case of what the scandal is. I've learned that in show business, if you don't rape or kill somebody, you'll be fine.
Did you hear that?
If you don't rape or kill somebody, you will survive. Because the human mind, the main small will be like goldfish. Especially with these digital platforms. Every week something else is trending.
Yeah.
They won't completely forget what's happened. Don't get it twisted. They would remember. But it's just not important.
Like, I remember Skibby died one time.
And he rose. No, you didn't finish the story.
He died and he rose again.
Now, see, the thing is, that is the story that everyone knows. But I've spoken to someone that was in 5-star at the time that happened. And apparently it was not orchestrated though. That was actually,
I heard.
to what I understand, that was actually a health like emergency.
And it happened to someone recent. That was
Yes,
last year.
Ola Dips.
Ola
Dips.
Dips.
Yes.
And they will say this person. Now, you see with Ola Dips and Skibby, whether it was orchestrated or not, it's interesting news. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it was cause for conversation. You don't hear that guy, Jesus don't come back, bro.
Okay.
That's how it was the left. Do you understand? It was interesting conversation. So whether they planned it or not, it will give a bump to your name.
Yeah.
It's now up to you to make sure that bump, they forget why that bump happened.
Yeah.
Like with yeah, Burna Boy. Have you heard the story of how
Of the re-
Yeah. Apparently, I mean, shout out to Burna and his team. Beautiful work they did promoting that song. But there's a school of thought, a theory that says
I heard.
the only reason Ye blew was because Kanye dropped around the same time. That's the same period he was calling himself Ye.
Yeah.
So when you search Ye,
You see Bonner's song.
that was from a time when people still used to search for stuff. Now, information technology has moved us such that we don't search for information anymore. We just devour what is given to us.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why ads and influencers are more important ever. Do you understand? But yeah, we think do scandal, you will blow and you will stay there, you will sleep. Because even the scandal you're doing, if you're not interesting enough for them to be interested in the gist, what's my business with you now, bro? I don't know you.
Did you really die? Okay.
All you just be hearing is, who be this? Who is she? What's up? Who be that? And if there's no direct reply to their own post of who be this, you don't go.
Because I've heard everything on this episode.
I'm telling you.
What's going on with Zadi? But Zadi, let me find out from you. Where is the bulk of the money going in? Where is the bulk of the money for the campaign? Like, let's look at the PR stunts, the influencers, content creators, them, and then let's look at the ads. Where is the bulk of the money going?
Guess what I'm about to say?
Influencers?
No. Guess what I'm about to say?
Okay.
It depends.
I forgot. Pardon me.
It depends because, of course, what's your campaign strategy? Right? But one thing I can tell you now with any campaign I'm doing, the things that really chop money. In my head, I just try to see the unit price of this thing. If
Now, waiting, I want to make you talk. Waiting, they chop the money.
If I want to get 10 pieces of this media assets,
yes.
Yeah, blogs are quite expensive.
Yeah, we know that.
Blogs that have
we know that.
Baby girl is trying to market. So yes, blogs are very expensive. You try to get 10 and you're running into millions. Right? 10 Twitter influencers are Twitter influencers are cheap.
Affordable.
Like
Yeah.
Spill.
they are. I won't say they are cheap, but
They're
they are cheaper
affordable.
than
Yeah.
most. It's and the mileage is always. It's just that everybody's looking for banger tweets. You get everybody's looking for 1 million views on this tweet. Twitter influencers get the job done, especially if you're interesting and you give them interesting content. You're going. Ads are pretty pricey. IG influencers, those guys can be buying car per post. Those guys are very
I know.
quite pricey, but you get the value for your money.
Yeah.
But it's just pricey.
Price.
Then the babanla of
Of
pricing.
them
All
all.
that.
Radio.
Radio.
Come to cloud, guys.
Do you know my pain with radio?
Tell me.
Before Cheche will use broom and
No, don't worry, my friend.
I'm here.
You're my guy.
But
Sorry.
my pain with radio is 2 a.m. you're driving back from the club or driving to the club.
That's when they're playing.
That's when they're playing your
It
music.
And people are
depends.
sleeping.
It depends. Let me give
It
you your
depends
word.
on what.
It depends.
I agree. So let me know. What does it depend on?
A lot.
E.g.
No, we're interviewing you. You're not the one interviewing Cheche.
Because it's expensive.
But people listen.
Yes, no, we're not disputing.
Yes.
People listen.
Especially for the radio like mine that have the numbers.
That what you get brand join self on top. Do you get? But the issue, yeah. What time will you play my music?
It depends.
Drive time has only so many hours.
Did you hear what she said?
It depends. I know. Drive time has only so many hours. And within those hours, you have ad spaces you've sold. You have talk time. Then you now have the radio time, the music time. By the time you play David, Burner, Wiz, Thames, Ira, which space is there for Kokripo?
Oh, I'm telling you.
When you get to who are the people you mentioned? Terms, Rema, Olamide.
When you get to that level.
When you get to that level, play your song.
Uh-huh.
But we're still supporting you, no matter what. Producer is giving us some signs, and I wish you can actually go on Zadi.
I wanted us to just touch on what we were having conversations on before the camera started rolling.
What was that now? You
And it's simple. I'm just going to ask you directly. Do you think up and coming artists should pay for recording camps?
Listen, before he takes on that, yeah? I am the convener of her Sound Global.
You are a charitable organization.
Listen,
Other people are business people.
our own is free.
Other people's own.
Free of
Paid
charge.
for.
Free of charge. Paid for on what? Please answer the question. We're going on.
If we allow this go on, we'll not leave here today. So here's the thing. You can guess what I'm about to say.
It depends.
It depends. So first off, if you're paying for a recording camp, what is the purpose of that camp?
Yeah.
One.
Right. Recording camps most times because you're trying to work towards a project. You're trying to sign an artist. Those types of things. Or there's a particular sound you're looking for, and you pay people to come create. But that is the thing. You pay people to come create.
Did you hear that?
Okay.
Do you get?
Luckily, no, I wanted to understand. Luckily,
No,
heard you.
let him
Okay,
land.
go
Let
on.
him land.
So that's the normal way.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
the- okay.
people are paid. Even if you are using Zadi, abeg, help me get people. We'll give them thanks for coming.
Of course.
Right. Now, if you are paying to go to a camp, there better be a good ass reason.
Exactly.
Because is this payment, is it going to help with the promotion of whatever? Is this payment just an opportunity
Are we
to
contributing,
meet this
right?
person?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this a chance to meet this person? Are you going to give me good advice? Are you going to hold my hand for the rest of my rollout?
Okay.
And true, if you feel meeting you is worth 500k, then meeting you is worth 500k.
Fact.
It's now a case of if I can afford it and if I feel
Exactly.
I need it.
So why didn't you say pay to meet me? Why are
No.
you saying pay to come for my recording camp?
So-
Like you said, you already said my. Pay to come for.
So that's why it's left to what value.
Sorry, bless
The
you.
value the value he's proposing
Yes.
and the value the people coming are seeing. Do you get? It's like G-Wagon that year growing up. G-Wagon is ugly. G-Wagon, oh, it's heavy. It consumes fuel. Nah, Abashitorum G-Wagon. I'll collect it. Do you understand?
You know what I like? How your Igbo is not really your Igboing, but
It's my dialect. That's why it
not
sounds
the dialect, not the dialect. But when you're holding on to the little that you have, and you're expressing it.
Yes, now.
Oh my goodness! I wish you can go on and on and on. But Mr. Producer, I don't like you again. So, Lachlan, we're going to the next episode.
Yeah, so our producer is going to be the one to run the games part
These
of
games.
Yeah.
Yes, this is where I win.
So, general audience, you'll bear me witness that where there are games, there are prizes.
Of course,
Okay.
Zadi.
Just clarifying.
Okay.
In case I need to sue.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
Stanley! Stanley Lay, I don't know.
Stanley Lay. Odumodu Black.
Hold it now.
Odumodu Black. Nah, this is big color now.
That's not his name. No, that's not his name. What I
You say the color.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Omo.
No. Lachlan and Zadi. What's his name?
Odumodu.
Odumodu. Give him that one. Charlie Poppy. Something. Is it the one that is divine? Divine.
You know, I don't do contract. I don't do that name for day.
Is it divine or his brother that is divine?
Shay.
Vibes. Hey.
Oluwaseyi
How am I feeling
vibes.
so woefully?
Zadi,
You know the
Wait
sad
till
part.
concern me.
Ayo.
Dele.
For me, not clean.
Ayola. Very wicked now.
Oh, this is shameful.
This one is simple.
Okay.
Ashake.
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 This is the name every time. Whenever I want to start this.
Oh, no, Adake.
Ololade is not his name. Oh.
Ololade is not
No,
his name.
that's the producer. Oh,
Yes,
Ahmed.
wait now. Why did you say it before me? This guy
Ahmed
said it
is his
before
name.
And she was going to say,
I
was just going to say
yeah, she was
Ahmed.
going to say, we would sue.
He was going to say what?
I was going to
She
say,
was
he just
going to
said
say
it
He
like,
was going to say what?
Oh, wait, it's not collective.
Which
He
collective?
didn't say nothing.
She fed.
He didn't say anything.
Zadi, you are the guy. You are the guy.
The last one bonus. I mean, because someone has to win this game.
Yeah.
So far, you guys have not been doing a great job.
Okay.
So this last one is very, very simple.
Okay.
You get this bonus.
Uh-huh.
I tried it. Let me call the name of the artist already.
Who? Who did he call?
Just call
I've not
Joeboy.
called it.
Say Joeboy, I beg. Let me give you his full name. It was BVN.
Adedamola.
Yes, I went for that album listing. It's
But I said Adedamola first.
Adedamola.
You guys need to win. Nobody.
Joseph Adewale.
Joseph Arimatia.
I got
I wanted to say Joseph of Arimatia.
No, me, I know his full name.
Then the last game here. This
Okay.
one here.
I love this particular game. We messed up.
But completely this time, you don't have to sing the song. You just have to sing the song.
It depends on whose song.
Conversation. Music, but conversation.
Music conversation.
Oh, yeah, no.
So you have a song. You call the song. You say the first
Let me
line,
start.
then you say
They
it.
cheated me last time.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Do you understand?
I do, but my fear is she's probably going to sing a song that's
No, it will
considered
get to your
trendy.
turn too.
No, I
It will
will not.
get to your turn
Trust me, I will-
too.
you get
Wait, you're going to start the song?
Just after, yes, you start
Yes,
the song.
I'll
You
just
pass
say
the
one thing.
lyrics.
Then you pass up. The next lyric will be you, but you.
So are we going like this?
Yes,
So the next lyric,
will be you.
but the
Well, you
same
have to-
song.
Yeah, the same song. You just have to, yes.
sing it,
You
just
say
sing
it like we're having a
You
conversation.
get,
Wow.
like,
Okay.
Ozeba,
Ah,
Ozeba.
okay.
Okay, so let me start. I'm so eager.
Would she tell us? Would we know what song it is first?
No, I'll just sing
Oh,
it.
wow.
Okay.
Let's go.
Holy Ghost fire.
Why are you singing it?
Super.
Okay, wait. I sang. So I'm supposed to like. So
Uh-huh.
Holy Ghost fire.
Supernatural.
Boosts my confidence.
They get my song like that.
That was good, right?
Stop it, I beg. I will not sing.
Your turn.
Oh yeah, your turn, Zadi. Zadi is looking for the song to give us.
Yes, now make I look. Let me look at what I've been listening to lately. Una go enter.
Okay.
So I'm just going to say it, yeah?
Yeah.
You dey waka pass.
They laugh. Whose song is that? Which one is the Waka Pass? Now movie. The Waka Pass.
No, it's
Which song
lyrics
is
now,
that,
we're
sir?
speaking the
Which
lyrics.
song is that?
That's One Yourself.
Which one be one you
Oma
say?
Omi featuring Whiskey.
Oh, see song.
You
where
dey waka
be-
pass. What's the sing it? Let me hear.
You dey waka pass, they take style, they look my behind the face.
Okay. It's my turn.
Oh, yeah.
It's my turn.
Don't you respect yourself?
Everybody, I say enough Efizi.
Whose song is that?
Should I finish it?
Yes.
Take a music. It's all about Benjamin's baby. Yahoo. Yes, now.
So we're going to do a quick one now.
That was
Just
fun.
throwback.
Okay.
Did you get the song?
Okay. Throwback.
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 Hey, God, I'm not good with this throwback.
Okay, easy, you get. Okay, fair.
Salif Keita.
Who be that?
Africa.
Continue. We are culture sonic for a reason.
Africa.
That's what I'm saying now. I'm with
Sing
you.
your own.
Start. Africa. Oh.
Is that not that? Wait,
We're saying I
you
got
said
it,
the
I
song
got
I was
it.
meant to sing in Arabic.
Yes, that. She started the conversation.
Sing your own. Africa.
And that's why I said Africa. Oh.
That's what I was wondering. Like, no, I agree. But I was just confused. I was lost. Like, what is going
I
on?
said Salif Keita. Africa.
Yeah.
You said
I said Africa.
No, you said
Oh.
Africa and then pointed at her, so I'm like, have we started? Because I knew the song, because as she said Africa, I
you
said,
knew the song.
oh. Because Africa, Africa.
Africa.
She has one lyric.
Let's go.
Okay, my turn, Abby.
It's my turn now.
Okay, it's your turn. It's your turn. Sorry.
Where's that
So
song
after
that
you
song
is who now? It's Cheche. Okay.
No, I just finished my own.
But because me, I don't have internet, I cannot Google.
Hi, where I'm
Think
internet
about
too, but
where am.
this name is busting my head.
I like Zadi.
Malo no gede, malo slow.
Baby.
No, I
Okay, it's your turn. It's
no,
your
it's you. It's like this. Malo no gede. So this
Okay,
is
start.
skills.
Okay.
Malo no gede, malo slow.
Jacob, what not?
Baby.
What was that?
I dance.
You don't even know what song it is.
Yes, the mother don't get about the
did you
snow.
say? What did
Jacob, see where I go. Yamukulu. Yamudeke.
This wicked sister.
My mom. I love it.
This
Okay, but you got it.
I got it, sir. But I got it. It's the language I didn't get.
Throwback is the ish.
Hey, God.
Oh, yeah, fire back.
Nah, she
She can't remember
Hey.
anyone.
Hey, God.
I drove all night. Oh, yeah, drive.
Music heals your body.
Your soul. It heals your soul.
So it makes you whole, but you forgot. Yes, now
I said that music heals your body.
heals your soul,
So,
heals your spirit, and then
Makes you whole.
into what?
Move.
Move.
But you didn't say the name. You didn't say Omaomi.
They're stressing me now because I don't understand. Why are you planning me?
Should we do it again?
Why are you planning me? I don't understand. Zadi, whose side are you? No, choose now.
Should we do it again?
No, you failed. I'm moving on.
Who failed? You did that
failed.
failed. Look at Cheche.
Please, my last part. My last part. I'm moving on. No.
Help!
Why are you raising your eye?
Help! No, this is that international sign for help, innit?
Help! Yes, it's true. Put it behind your back.
Help!
Help!
Thank
Daddy should
you,
have put it behind your
guys.
back. Guys,
Thank
it's
you.
been crazy.
We've had such an amazing time
I can't
today
stop
at the
laughing.
studio. Thank you so much. Luckily now, just signing out. Culture Sonic podcast.
And I hope you had fun. I hope everyone had fun. I would have loved Zadi to sign out. To sign out Culture Sonic for us. Tell us, like, wrap up the whole conversation. The price of fame.
Let me cue in deep baritone.
Okay.
Type shit.
Well, for those our babes that are going to slide in DM.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've
Go
had
on.
a very wonderful episode of Culture Sonic today, featuring the Zadi of Lagos, hosted by Chechi Smith and Lachlan Aldu. Please make sure you stop listening to your guys when they're giving you advice and listen to your marketing consultant. Have a wonderful week and keep smiling.
He has mopped his DMO. You will slide it. But Zadi will just catch you.
Yeah.
And teach you PR.
Type
You
shit.
get-
Marketing.
Get it?
We love you guys. My name is Chechi Smith. Me and my co-host, we are signing. Peace out.
Out.
Thank you.